Invasion Radio, the Evil Genius, DJ Greenland, Hip Hop Nation. This is an invasion. I got a special guest in the building.
Yeah, it's your boy 50.
Uh-oh. 50 Cent in here.
Coming at you live.
Yo, welcome to the show, Fifth.
Everything's good, man. Isn't it amazing how things come full circle, Grant?
Yes, they do, bro.
Man,
they do.
A lot of times, like, let's recap so we make them understand what happened. Like, while we actually went through a small portion of time where we had negative energy towards each other, that was because Green at one point he was M's DJ and had D Block and the Locks as his staple crew on the actual mixtape circuit, while Who Kid had, me, my DJ, and because we were actively working, they were the crew to work with.
Mm-hmm.
They were the crew to work with. Outside of G Unit, D Block, they kept that active presence there, So it was well understood for me. With and it was interesting because now things have changed so dramatically with other ventures, like 'cause they have finances involved in like the what is it called? It's a rap website they have.
Who's that?
M and Paul, they have finances.
Oh, Rap Radar.
Yeah, Rap Radar.
Yeah.
And they're like, you'll see like negative energy come from there.
Towards you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's interesting because they don't orchestrate it, but I don't like Elliot.
Ellie Wilson.
Elliot Wilson. I don't like that guy.
Okay.
And because he actually runs it, I think that's where that energy comes from. That's why I don't really like it, because I see things that like it's written in a derogatory way at different points. It makes me feel like he doesn't like me. So I don't like people who don't like me. You know what I mean? Like,
understandable.
That's just that. But it's interesting how, things change. And people are, obviously we completely grew past our little issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. We passed that up, and it's years later at this
Yeah.
point. But now you back, fourth album before I self-destruct.
But for me, this album is almost a prequel, man. It's full circle.
Yeah.
That's why I said that. Like, it's interesting because that was the beginning when we had that energy. You know what I mean? And now it's like all the way back to pressing the restart button.
Okay.
When the energy around a project is the way this is, you can't really feel like it's a failure. Like, I look at the numbers and I'm like, what is this? But I've already assessed that the album's been out a month before its actual, the release period. So when you got that, like, you go, well, what did you actually expect? For myself, I'm asking myself, what did you expect, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, your fans got it when it was available.
Right.
The first available opportunity. And then, because we've been on the mixtape circuit, how we've kind of conditioned them to buy it from the bootlegger. You see what I'm saying? Like, we kind of made that the spot to go get the new material. So when it's coming out and it's real early, they're like, let me get that.
Yeah, selling records, period, these days is just a different thing.
Yeah.
But I can't front. You made a big staple of your career based on I'm doing these sales.
The sales. See, but you know what? What's interesting, and that was the only thing that was focused on, because I didn't receive the accolades that come with the success of my music.
The awards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you would feel completely different about me at this point. Because you would have been seeing me in front of every awards show, picking up trophies again, and it would have conditioned you to feel like this guy's the guy that we want to be like, if you know what I'm saying, if you have interest in those awards. But they don't realize the politics involved with who gets what. Who's safe.
What is the politics on the award shows, and who gets what?
Well, I mean, the artist is actually performing, their record company is spending money for the performance, which raises the production value of the show, which raises the probability of them receiving an award.
You have to pay for those performances, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But people don't know this.
Yeah, so they're paying, well, whatever your show is, you want to do something, you want to have people flying out of the sky, I mean, you got to pay for that. And the more elaborate your actual show is, it makes their award show more exciting.
Right.
So it raises the chances of you actually getting a trophy.
Speaking of award shows and numbers, there was a little award show last night.
Yeah, American.
The AMAs. And, Jay-Z, which you've been speaking on recently.
Yeah.
Said men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, and people got in the uproar and said, "Oh, he's talking about 50." Did you take that as that?
He said that before.
Right.
You know, so
a couple different times.
I didn't really take that as a disrespect.
Right.
You know, like, I mean, if you want to be disrespectful, just be disrespectful. I mean, once we start, I'm not going to stop. I'll make you aware of that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not the kind of guy that goes away.
Yeah.
Clearly. You understand what I'm saying? So
clearly,
when you've had
there's some examples of that.
Yeah, like, so if that's the kind of, you know, energy that we getting ready to go to, let's do it.
Well, listen, let's go to some energy, some of that good aggressive content, man. Some of that good before our self-destruct, man. We're gonna come right back. We got one more break. 50 Cent getting ready for a show and all that. So we got him here. 877-60 Hip Hop Invasion Radio. We're coming right back. DJ Greenland, I got 50 Cent in here, boy. What you know about that, man?
Yeah.
Invasion Radio, 50 Cent, man. It's been some years, bro.
Yeah, man. It's been 6. Yeah, it seems like a longer period, like a longer time. It's only album 4.
Man, what do you do? Like I've seen you make reference before.
Yeah.
Like, you know, after this I'm out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I did that during the actual Curtis album because I had to build some type of energy. Like, we had collectively got together and said, "Yo, we're gonna make this competition." You know what I'm saying?
Kanye.
Yeah, and what we did was we created the largest selling week for hip hop music.
Yeah.
At that actual point, and it hasn't been topped yet. So at that point, me being the established artist, being willing to actually do that, at that point, like, you know, you get Doug Morris and Jimmy and them and saying, "Yo, you did a great job," because you didn't have to do that.
Right, because they were the real, you know, the winners at the end of the day, right?
We're both in the Universal Music Group.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, it was great for business, and Kanye just didn't have a confrontational bone in his body, so he couldn't say anything. Like, there was points where I was like, "Yo, Jay, tell him to say something back." You see what I'm saying? So it could actually be interesting, and that didn't work. So I had to raise the stakes by saying that I would actually retire if it didn't.
Right.
You know, and a lot of, like, rap artists, I don't think that they can.
As far as, like, have the means financially to be able to just walk away from shit.
Well, not financially, but after you felt what it feels like when the music is right.
Ah, okay.
It's almost
the addiction
like,
to the crowd roars and the fame and everything.
Yeah, like, I think that they'll fall back and then they'll come back at some point. They'll be like, I've seen, who else retired? So all of them retired at one point and came back.
A lot of people. Too Short was the first one. He came back like 10 times.
Yeah, so you know, it's just, it's something that you want to do when you have good ideas creatively.
Right.
Music in front of you that you're excited about. You know, you want to write something. And then you feel like you have something playing that you can offer that isn't there. Like, look at hip-hop culture. Point to anybody you say is creative or a dope artist, and then tell me who can give you the same kind of content 50 Cent can give you. It's not because they don't have the same, they haven't been exposed to the same life.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they don't write the same things. Like, and the public will put me in a box on some levels based on that.
You know what I think? Like, a lot of times, I'm gonna keep it funky. Like, a lot of guys that's around me that be like, okay, I love the gutter 50 shit.
Right.
You know, in the back seat of the Cadillac, ski mask down, gloves on, ready to get it in.
Yeah.
Put in that work. But I know he's hundreds of millions deep now.
Right.
But he's still rapping like that.
Right. You know what it is? Check this out. How about the guy who has nothing in his fucking pocket right now, rapping like he has my lifestyle? Because that's the rest of hip-hop. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Damn, he got answers. He got their answers.
Think about it. Like, if you, in general, these niggas got the nicest cars.
Mm-hmm.
They got the flyest shit in their music. They put in the most work. They do everything in their music. Rappers create superheroes. So you saying something wrong with me? I should be telling you, motherfucker, I'm not in you in a regular airport? You bum ass nigga? Get your weight up. That's what you want me to say to you in the middle of a fucking recession? Niggas is hungry. Look at this. Why you got Smith & Wesson? I just wrote a film project, right? I'm shooting it in December. It's myself, Val Kilmer. It's called A Gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it actually is a story of how a gun goes from the manufacturing point to distributors, purchased by a law-abiding citizen for homeowner protection, and how it falls into the wrong hands. And you kind of follow the gun through other people's lives, like Crash, right? And this project is so socially relevant based on how in a recession Smith and Wesson and the gun companies are up 100%.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and we check the facts. You see what I'm saying? They're buying guns for protection purposes or for whatever usage.
Right. To get that money.
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So while you look at that, it makes it relevant to actually write the gun project. But you look at a lot of different things. Like, I'm growing still as an artist in different areas, and they're going to see things that surprise them from me. Like, I'm sure they didn't ever expect to see Curly.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that shit was crazy. I just knew you were gonna take that and go to Comedy Central with
there you
it,
go.
or some, you know what I'm saying, some big check was gonna come, but you kind of left that alone.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, it was a part of entertainment. Like, I couldn't write from a dead serious perspective about a guy that has so much fraudulent energy around the actual project. So much in his background was inconsistent that I was like, I can't even do it. I can't.
But you know what's funny about that is it started with that, and then it took on its own life. It's like after a while, the Curly, I didn't even think of
about Rick. It was because it wasn't about that. It was about the actual character.
Yeah.
You know what happened? It was Rick calling me Curly. I had Pimp and Ken upset with me at one point, and Foxy Brown saying, you got 24 hours to retract your statement on my handless Brooklyn style.
Yeah. No, I caught it. You put it all in one thing.
In one thing.
Yeah.
And I actually created Pimp and Curly and Pimp Smacked.
Oh, man.
You know.